Hey everybody, I'm Tim with the Timothy Mooney Repertory Theater. I also play Tim in Man Cave, a one-man sci-fi climate change tragicomedy. Man Cave is one of 8 different plays that I'm doing as a repertory loop every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central. Details below. Please join me for the whole show and think about booking it maybe for your theater. This one's got some R-rated language in it, but there's also a PG version available. If you enjoy this clip, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ask any questions in the comments below. See you on the other side. Enjoy. We give over responsibility for management of the thing when the thing is so vast and incomprehensible that we could never collectively wrap our heads around it. And if we ever do somehow manage to wrap our heads around it, it's usually bad news. Much easier to say, I am not meant to understand, but rather to accept this generous bounty. And of course, there are always those naysaying infidels who insist that carbon has built up to over 600 parts per million, and certain death will ensue unless we radically adjust our behavior. It's actually much easier giving up smoking and sex and food. Right, the big why. Look, we're about done here. My air hasn't cut out, my water hasn't dried up, but tomorrow may be another question, or the day after that, or the day after that. When next summer rolls around, I don't expect 120 is going to be the stopping point. Might be 130, 140, 150. I don't expect any equipment left running outdoors is likely to survive the stress. So 1 year at the most, 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, more likely. And worst comes to worst, there's always the pills on the night table. In the meantime, here's my question to the great beyond. I'm never going to hear the answer to it. Nobody here on Earth is ever going to hear the answer to it. Mars One, Nina? You guys notice a certain lack of communication coming back your way? You got the internet where you are? Look, I know you got your hands full, but generations from now, you might want your descendants to be kicking this one around. Mostly, though, this is for the universe at large. Klingons, Vulcans, Wookiees, Ewoks. I need this to be non-species specific. The question? Is this inevitable? Will our technology always outrun our maturity? Individually, yes, I can put my hand on that stove. I have that ability, but most of us reach sufficient cognition before we actually do any damage with that stove. Likewise, fireworks, alcohol, cars. Sometimes the tiniest touch on the stove, a fender bender with the car is enough to get us to adjust our behavior. But collectively, as a species, as a group, we default to the age of 9. We cannot come to the collective conclusion that it is time to stop drinking, to douse our fireworks, and to take our foot off of the gas, and so we race screaming off into the darkness. Is this the answer that awaits us all? Humans, Klingons, cockroach, lizard people, droids. Maybe droids could figure this out. Hey, they had 3 laws of robotics. Why didn't we have those programmed into us? In the billions of worlds that are out there, there must be some tiny fraction that can sustain life. Some evolve slowly. They may still be in the amoeba stage. Others faster, perhaps much faster than us. And so, intelligent life, born like a baby into a world of resources, learning to tame the elements. How many times has this happened since the Big Bang? Could we possibly be the first? That sounds a little arrogant to me. But do they all develop opposable thumbs and learn to walk erect only to blow themselves up and wipe themselves out? We've actually had 5, well, now 6 extinction events that we know of. Vast numbers of species go out of business. The planet hits the reset button and starts over. Turns out, just because we had brains and shit didn't make us immune or exempt. Or, as the late, great Rick Perry famously said, oops. So, is this why we don't have any actual ETs? Hey, if you're out there, grow the fuck up, would ya? Sure, you've evolved over 1 million years, but watch out for that first internal combustion engine. It's gonna bite you in the ass. Yes, God gave us oil. Or God gave us trees that got squeezed down into oil, or God gave us fungus that turned into trees. But if we're going to pass the responsibility over to God, then then God did also give us brains and logical thinking and ultimately science. And while it was science to some degree, along with the oil and the engine that got us into this mess, it was also science that showed us the impact that shit was having on air, climate, temperature. We loved and embraced certain aspects of science that pleased and served us. We reject other aspects that threaten to take our goodies away. Year in, year out, earth in, earth out. Is this a cycle? Will each evolving species come to the same conclusion, or is it possible for maturity to outrace technology? Thanks again for watching, everybody. I cannot wait to share the whole show with you. It's going to be available on Monday night, May 4th, and on June 29th at 9 p.m., or tune in any Monday night to catch another of my shows. Tickets are $5 and are available on calendly.com/Tim Mooney Rep. You can also order copies of the book, both in the young adult and the adult versions on timmooneyRep.com. And of course, Man Cave is just one of the 8 events that we've got available, which include Breakneck Hamlet, Breakneck Julius Caesar, Shakespeare's Histories, Lot O' Shakespeare, Moliere Than Thou, The Greatest Speech of All Time, and Lost at Santa's Village. These are all available for bookings, and also most of them are available as books. Thanks once again. Give us a thumbs up or a like or a subscribe. See you out on the road just as soon as the road is once again safe.